Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, back with another episode of Kingdoms Reborn. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. We have got some moves to make in this one. I'm kind of excited about it. So you can see we need 3 more people here for our population growth quest complete. And we have about 120-ish, 113, whatever it is, trade monies that we need to get before we get that quest done. So we're very, very close with a couple of quests, and we're definitely going to get those done today. As well as we have 2,000 influence points. We're going to make some moves. We're going to go either east or west, or maybe a little bit north. And we have a ton of tech points, so all sorts of things to do. One thing that I'm trying to do here a little bit is utilize the speed boost a little bit more. It's pretty powerful. Boost target buildings work speed by 50% for 50 seconds. It's something that I tend to ignore. It fills up pretty quickly, and it kind of skews our numbers, so it's kind of hard to tell like where we're at with things. But I'm trying to squeeze it in a little bit more. So like you can see here, our food count is doing pretty good. We got our mushroom farms finally complete up north here, as well as our piggies. So those guys are doing great. And we're still kind of working toward getting on better wood production. You can see there that that's doing great. I have done a little bit of trading for wood and tools, so that's partly where those numbers are coming from. And I have 4 more farms coming in. We needed a little bit more medicinal herbs, so hopefully this will be enough to produce those when they get that far. And then I realized that when we go to train units, there was a raid card, and I didn't realize that it was something that I needed to like utilize. I don't, for some reason, I think I just overlooked it the last time we were playing with it. But I want to try this. So attack an unfortified province for money and influence. I'm not sure what this means, so let's see what it does. Raid enemy provinces for money and influence. So there's these connection lines that appeared here. So I'm not sure what that all means. So if we look there, that little red square, we can't really go anywhere with this except for right here. So check this out. Raid enemy province for money and influence. But one warrior probably isn't going to cut it. Let's just see what happens if we click it. Okay, deploy military cards. So we have 5 cards, and we only have 1 available, so we have to train a little bit more. But that's how you do it. So once we have some more warriors, we're definitely going to give that a go and see how well we can do with attacking that settlement. We have not enough for 1 more, but pretty soon, hopefully. We do have a good amount of leather, so let's go ahead and let's do a little bit of trading with leather. We're going to sell it. This is going to be 240, we know that already. And they take the cut and get about 1,000 back. Kind of not that great, but we're going to do the trade anyways, and that's going to give us the quest complete. So we got Companies Act card, minus 2% trade fees for each trading company. So that's pretty good. This is a trading post, not a trading company. I think they are different. So no buff yet, but soon. The town hall I do want to upgrade as well, but we need the Middle Ages for that. And then remember, the way to get to the Middle Age is if we upgrade our houses. And the way we upgrade our houses is we have a luxury item. And the luxury item that we have mostly of is pottery, but we don't really have a ton of workers. So if you can see here, or I zoom in and see it better, where this says employed, 73 out of 95, people assigned to buildings is 73 out of total building slots of 95. So we're short a good amount of people here. So the way to fix that, of course, is with the immigrant house, or immigrant office here, which we do have. We haven't really been utilizing it. I'm kind of more trying to naturally grow, because making sure that we have enough food is my biggest issue right now, and tools were a problem for a little bit there, and of course wood and medicine, all these basic things that we need to have down before we really start getting into more immigrants. So that's what my main focus has been, especially with these mushroom farms, because they're super duper good. And I do want to get some intensive care buffs happening with them as well. So I'm going to do that. If you hold shift and click on it, it will do as many as you can afford. And so that was about 66. So we're down to 8 rocks. We do have our quarry up and running sometimes. So we are getting some rocks from there, and we have been picking them up around the world, like there. So we got our Companies Act. I think I'm going to hold on to it for now. We'll try and do something with it in a bit here. But let's see what we can do with our tech trees. See, here's 3 more immigrants. So let's grab those guys. And then we're gonna get let's do a productivity book, and let's do a productivity book, and then we have 2. So let's go see what we can buff here with the productivity books. I wasn't really expecting those. A lot of the stuff we have buffed already, which is pretty great. But we're gonna put another productivity guy in there, and then let's go over here. Maybe we can get a forester, like this forester right here. Let's upgrade this guy as well. So we'll get that buff in there, and those guys will be taken care of. And then let's check out our Let's check out our tech tree, and we can't really do anything with that, so let's go to our upgrades tree. and we'll see what we can do here. So we have 1,700 influence points. These things take 345 a pop. Like that's not much at all. So let's get some buffs going here. So I want to do forestry technologies a couple times here, and we're at 900 points. Let's do chimney restriction, which is going to help us with wood and coal having more heat. But I would do that, except it doesn't really do anything because we're not in the Middle Ages, so we can't upgrade the town. So we're going to skip that one for now. Plus 30% production to quarries is pretty darn good, but we don't really have a constant quarry operation happening yet. So I'm going to hold off on that one. Homebrew, I don't really have either one of these things. So I think I'm going to go with another productivity book and another frugality book. These things can be pretty good. So I'm going to go here. We have 226 left. Let's get the cabbage seeds. I mean, why not? And everything else we just kind of have to hold off for. But that's all right. So we got our books. So it's telling us here. Let's get our cabbage seeds learned. And then let's find a spot for our productivity and frugality book. So what is our most expensive building that we can do something about here? We got a lot of 5s. That's a 5 there. You know, there's, they can go up to like 10 or higher even like later in the game. But I think 10 was our highest that I saw at some point here. I don't really know exactly where it is. So I guess we'll just pick a 20 right there, and I can't even do anything with that one. Let's just pick a 5er, I guess, and we'll put frugality book in there and make it a 1, make it even better. And then let's do production as well. And then these farms, I think, are all good to go except for this one. So we'll have to put our last buff in there. We'll have to get one, and then all of our farms will be good to go, being great, awesome, and bringing us in those mushrooms for food. Well, if you look at our food count here, we're in the red again. We can't seem to keep our head above water because our population is growing pretty quickly. So now what's going to happen here, we have 2 over cap. So either I can build a house or I can hold off, and those 2 people will leave eventually to go find spots with, you know, a town that can accept them, basically. So let's try and get another couple houses going. Eventually we'll have enough food coming in to where we can handle this, especially with all these guys up going on over here. And I think I want to go this direction a little bit more with our influence points. So let's grab that. And then I do want to put in our sheep ranch a little bit further down the road here as well. So let's get that guy built up. And then that's sheep ranch is going to provide food and wool. Super great. And we can also put in a couple more mushrooms up over here. And then of course that's going to mean we're going to need some more wood. So we don't want to forget about that part of it as well. So we'll get that guy in right there. And let's grab a couple more houses. I'm just kind of working my way up this street here. Man, no, it's not. It's okay. I usually like to put some spaces in between my houses for appeal upgrades later down the road. You can see here I did that here. But this I kind of just crammed in because we're kind of just really needing the space. And what would be really good is if we could just get upgradings, because if you get upgrades, they allow more occupants eventually. This is only level 2 and there isn't more occupants, but I was thinking if we do that, then we won't have to build so many houses. But I think we're kind of going to need houses anyways. So we had somebody leave the town because they were homeless. And okay. So let's make our dirt road come out here a little bit further, because I will be going off in that direction eventually. And we'll bring this road up a little bit, and we'll just kind of leave the rest like that. I want to do some more farms over. They got to be in here because this is by the river. This is so the color difference here. So this is the fresh water, and that's what's going to buff our fertility. You can see that it's kind of got some green spots underneath it. But this is ocean water, salt water. So the land that borders it is orange, so not as fertile as it could be. So if you hide the bushes, you can see that a little bit better. It's got a lot of orange, a couple spots of green, but mostly not that great. And you can plant on that, but it's not as good at you want to be on the green if you can find the green. So let maybe take a peek around here and see if we got another river. Look at that. So this is enormous space here. It's like 3 territories that we could expand with. And that might be something that we want to do is work our way this way, get some more farms going. It looks like there is also a pretty good river over on this side. So maybe we got a couple options. So that's nice to have options, of course. Maybe we will work our way this way. There's a couple good trade resources on the east side over there. We do have iron on this side, but we have iron here. This has cotton. This has tulips, a little bit of coal, more cotton, and cannabis. So a couple good trade resources. Let's go this way for sure. Just so we can get our hands on that stuff and get some goods going. And then we have all of this in here to plant farms, and we'll have some cannabis farms, cotton farms, and food farms as well. But we need a couple more influence points, 1,300, to keep going that way, we could at least get our road up and over there a little bit. And we'll have to kind of go, I'm gonna go around these burrows because I want to keep them. And let's see, we'll be able to run like right through there. It'll be great once we get enough influence points. We're at 1200, so it shouldn't take that much longer to get there. We're 4,000 coins now, so this is going pretty great as far as getting us coins. We're doing 300 a tick, or cycle or round, whatever it's called in this game. That's really great. But I want to get in some more warriors. So 1,500, we're going to be able to do 2 warriors. So we'll get those guys queued up, and once those are done, well, if we get 2 more, let's go on that raid. We'll see what that's all about. I'm excited to see what the combat is like in this new update, this new patch. So that'll be exciting. And I want to check our job priorities as well. So it's not planting season anymore. It's not harvesting season. So we have a bunch of laborers. So let's not get confused now on why we have laborers, because we don't have them to fill in spots. But at this point, we can see here that we have our potter and our clay maker, our potter and our clay pit operating. And so we could put in a couple more people in here to really get this rolling for while there's availability in it of workers. So I am going to open up all 3 slots there. Our beer is off right now because we need the wheats for food. And let's see if we can get in here. Yeah, so they are open, but not enough clay to keep it operating. So we got 3 people in the clay pit, and you can see that they're just started there. They're going to bring in some clay, and then we'll have some more pots. What does this say? You can now raise minor city or forts to remove them from the map. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure if that's different than... It doesn't say raid or raise. I think it said raid. Yeah, so that's what that is, I think. Oh, see, I forgot about the speed boost again. So let's get this guy up in a couple spots. I'm going to upgrade this because it's a seasonal thing. And no, let's go ahead and get a couple more fish coming in. And let's do a couple mushrooms over here. And that's it for our buffs for now. We'll just wait a little bit longer. We got 3 units. We need 1,500. Let's go ahead and we'll get 1 more unit in. And we'll need 1 more after that. Then we can do our raid on that new town. And we are able to expand easterly. So let's go ahead and do that. And we will continue to bring our road out here, like we were talking about. And we'll just kind of bring it out like so. And so now remember, since this is way out here, we're going to need to put in some more houses. So we're going to do that right away here. But first, let me hide this so we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to kind of go down this way a little bit because we want to get these tulips as well. So the farms will be over here. So let's kind of go, we'll build the road kind of with the houses here. So we'll do one, like, let's start on this side and we'll work our way down. We'll go right there. Unlocked province conquering. You can now conquer opponents' provinces with your army. The province to conquer must be next to your territory. So we're going to have to expand, it looks like, to border with that territory on the west there. So we can't quite do it yet, even though we have the warriors to do so. So we just have to wait a little bit longer to check that out, but that's fine. We'll be able to see what that is in this episode for sure. And I'm excited about it because it's let's see if it's different than how it was. Like if it's a totally different system, if they just changed warriors with the influence points, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see the difference. So we got our little housey area set up here. Let's get a storage yard set up. Let's see. Ooh, that'll work perfectly right there. And yeah, then we could start to get some farms working up over here. And then I wouldn't mind, I'll probably fill them with more houses here, but I was going to say I wouldn't mind getting some more wood production happening. It looks like we're doing pretty good overall with wood production. It could be better, of course. Maybe we'll work towards that. So our foresters are doing pretty good. Ooh, upgrade Forest Town. Let's do that. So that increases the productivity. We have 4 foresters, so we got a 20% productivity of wood. So that's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good for sure. Medicine isn't quite cutting it. You can see here we're at 0 again, so it's just in time for harvesting. So we're gonna get some of these guys picked up and we'll have some medicines, but it's not enough yet. Let's have these 3 immigrants join us. Let's do productivity. And let's find our buff right here. Let's get that going. Great. And let's take a little moment and check this out. What does it cost to move into this province? 1,000 points or 2,000 coins. So we'll probably get the coins first, but we're not quite there yet. So that'll take a minute to go that way. If I had known that, we would have waited to buy that westernly side, but I didn't. So easternly side, I said, but I didn't. So we'll just wait a little bit. But that's okay. Now let's see what else we can do while we are waiting. Let's go ahead. Well, this will get built up. and I think we want to do some farms, right? And so let's go ahead and let's get some farms started, and let's do a hunting lodge as well. So let's close out of this, and we'll go a little bit down the road here, and we'll plop this guy right there, and we'll go like this, and let's go ahead and we'll go like this, and we'll turn this off, and then we will build our farms. So I've been doing by 6-ish farms, but there's I don't know what the limit is. Like, let's see if we can find it. Well, I've run into stuff, but okay, area is too large right there. Max area is 500, so there we go. That's pretty big. That's a huge farm. So I'm wondering what the ideal efficiency is. A 6x6 is pretty small, so I'm wondering if we can maybe try and figure out how to do it. Shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Do an experiment, or if anybody knows what's the ideal size for farms, because it would be great if we can do that. Farms to worker ratio, that's what I would like to find out. We'll fill this in right there like so, and then of course I'm gonna do a little road out there, and we will connect it like that. All right, we got a couple of coming in. Let's do a big plot of medicinal herbs, I think. And then let's get some wheat going, and then we'll have that stored up. And these guys will have some food coming in on their side of the world, and then everybody will be hopefully fed. Let's see, we have 4 units. We're almost at 1500, but if we want to get this, we aren't going to spend them on those units. So we're just going to wait. Still more tools. Okay, so we probably have speed boost, and we do. So these tools are not keeping up very well with our demand. Let's see what our numbers are. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. So yeah. Ooh, okay, so nobody working in our stone tool shop. So let's set our job priority, and we are absolutely going to up the stone tool shop priority. I think that's going to put it all the way to the top, which, oh, here's arrows over here. I didn't want to put it all the way at the top. So we're going to bring it down. I don't want it above food, so we're going to go like right in there. So there is the pig wrench below it, but it's below the rest of the food tiers. So we'll get that started. That should help us keep up with our stone tools. The problem was they were low priority. We didn't have the workers to do it, so they fell behind. Another option, what we can do is grab the card and build another one, and we'll probably put this guy somewhere over here, so we don't want to be too close, but we could still go down here. We'll put that guy right there, get that thing built up. Yep, so we're getting yelled at and need more tools, and our food reserves are low. So we could sell some leather too to try and get towards our goal of 2,000 monies. Let's go ahead and we'll do that. We'll sell some leather. And we've got our leather right here. We got a big old 240, so we got to do minus 240. We can trade and get some money and like that. And there we go. So we've got a couple frowny faces around town, so that's not good, but we'll work on that in just a touch here. 71 happiness is not terrible, but it's obviously not great. Well, something we could put over here is some taverns, and we should do that. Let's do this first. Let's claim the province. We found dye seeds, excellent. So we'll learn those. So then we do farms up in here for dye, and then if we go raid, so this is level 5. I don't know how this is gonna go. It could go awful. Wants to import 100 pottery to trade to the city, use the trading company. Okay, so this guy's 5. I did see we had another one down here, and I guess we are bordered with these guys, but I didn't realize it before. Let's see, level 5. Lots of wealth on this one, and they have a little dock. All right, so I like this one more. So there's raise. So let's see, does this have the raise above it? It does. Okay, so maybe we can take both. Let's go with this one first. So we want to have 4 warriors. Oh, so I thought that was gonna be 4 individual slots. We can really stack this up. I think we're gonna get our butts kicked, but let's find out. So this is very similar to what it looks like before, except it was influence points instead of whatever these little guys that are fighting each other. Yeah, 4 to 30. That's not gonna go very well. Let's pull out of there. 1/3 of your troops will be lost as a result. Interesting. Okay, so attempt to raise was not successful. So now we know we got to get real serious if we want to take down one of these buildings. And I knew that was going to be the case. Like 30 to 4, like that's going to be hard to pull off. So we'll have to really train some units. I'm wondering how to get better units. Maybe it's just upgrading the town. We'll see. So remember, to upgrade a town, we need to have our houses, and we only need one more house. So hopefully we can get that here pretty darn quick. But in the meantime, let's go ahead. Let's see if we got a tavern in here. We do. We have a tavern. So you can see this tavern here is only helpful for the town, the houses that are in its radius, of course. So we want to have this guy like way up here. Let's grab all those houses. And then we are absolutely going to need one more for our people that are living on this side of the world. So we'll fill that in as well. Now let's plop it over here. And that'll catch a good amount of houses there. So our happiness should go up because of those taverns. And of course, once we get our beer coming in too, that will be better. But it looks like we have a lot of people still with the tools, and we knew that. You can see, okay, now we got some data to look at. So we need to make like 4 times the amount of tools at least as we are making now. But in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna import some tools. They are gonna be iron tools. And because they last a little bit longer. And let's go 240. 9,000. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's not gonna work. How about 50? Let's go 25. So we can do that for sure. So let's go ahead and we'll trade for those, and we should get those tools here pretty quickly. These trading posts aren't they're pretty fast, so that won't take too long to get there. And we did build a statistics bureau last time, but we didn't really look at it. So let's see what this guy has to say. Okay, produce versus consume. So this is another, it's not graph, but it's more numbers wise. So if you're more of a numbers looking at person versus a graph person, this would be kind of your deal. For me, this is terrifying. I don't like this very much. I like the graphs for sure. So, okay, well, here's the graphs as well. So food usage and food and fuel usage. We got some population graphs. Pretty nice stuff going on here. So this is one of the more important ones, I would say. The fuel usage. What is this? So I don't know if this is usage. This graph isn't labeled very well. So years, I get that, but I don't know what this is. Is production, is it usage? But this is obviously food usage. So we could maybe guess off of this. I'm gonna guess that's production. Production's way in the bottom versus consumption. No, I'm not sure. I don't know what this one is. If you know what this is, then let me know. It seems weird that it's not labeled. But yeah, so that's cool. Lots of good stats and graphs and such in there if you are inclined to that sort of thing. Ooh, yikes. Not doing great here. Happiness, pretty bad. We need to get well, we're starving, of course, so that's not good. We need to get our food figured out. We need to get our tools figured out. So let's absolutely do some imports. And I see that our hasten buffs are back. Oop, not food. I need to be more specific than that. Let's go with, what's the cheapest here? 520, 519. All right, we'll go here. 240, 6,000. Oh my goodness. Food's more expensive than tools? Okay, I should have. Okay, we can almost afford 50 of them, so let's go with 45. Get that food coming in. Man, that is expensive. So hopefully we can get some better food action happening here, because it's wintertime, so that means we recently had a harvest and we're already out of food. Not good at all. So yeah, let's buff these guys up. And I am gonna buff up the tool workshop as well. Try and keep our money going on here. We have people starving. We lost houses. We were so close for middle age. We might have even had it and I just missed it. That's too bad. So this is a little bit of a struggle, but hopefully once we get some more mushroom farms going, we get this sheep ranch up and operating, and maybe we get some more immigrants, we'll be able to stick it out a little bit better. But for now, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Kingdoms Reborn. If you want to continue to watch our Kingdoms Reborn series, they will be on the bottom. If you want to see a video that YouTube has recommended for you, that'll be the top. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.